Well, good evening everybody, and welcome friends, subscribers, YouTubers. We're not in the garage, we're in the house. It's too cold outside. Well, when I say too cold, I mean my friend Peter Lindström from snowy Sweden probably thinks it's pretty balmy weather at 0 degrees. For us soft northerners, ain't going outside in 0 degrees. Well, come on Vince, tell me it's minus 25 where you were. Well, I'm still going to give you a treat. You all might remember this from cleaning my shed out. So, I'm getting myself set up over there. I'll take you lot over there, and if you're interested, stay with me and we'll go through the metal detecting finds I've made of yesteryear. I'm going to be smart though, because I've got a sneaky feeling that some of you watch the beginning, you miss all the middle and you only go to the end. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to mix up the good bits, the interesting bits, and the bad bits. Well, the boring bits, so you'll have to watch it all. No thinking I'm going to show the good bits at the end, like as a finale. No. Smart like a fox. Boring bits, good bits, boring bits, good bits. Keep you interested. Well, I'll set up over there. Well, okay guys, so without further ado, let's have a little look. Now this tub here, I think, well I know because I've already had a look, this contains my dross. So let's strip all that out and see what we can find. A ring, I can't remember finding that. A lot of this stuff I won't remember finding, it was donkeys years ago. A lead button. In fact, 2 lead buttons. I know what that is. There's a part missing. It was a bomb. And what you did, you put a cap in between, an elastic band round it, and you threw it. When it landed, bang, it set off the bomb. As I rightly said, this is just the dross bag. So, tell you what, I'll get everything out. Okay, look, I opened all them bags and spread it about and sort of put it in some sort of order. Start off at the top here. Oh, over in this corner we've got, well, nothing special. It's silver. There's a couple of 2 shilling pieces, well, more than a couple, there's at least 4 there. I'll move across. Musket balls, used to find loads of musket balls. I've already shown you a couple of lead buttons. I put a load of buttons here that I found. That one. Focus. HM Prison Services. GCR. That one's obviously a military button. I can't tell you which one. That's also, I think, a bit of a military button. Not certain. Corroded what's left of a lead spoon. I used to find absolute loads of sixpences. The majority of these, believe it or not, came off Blackpool Beach. I used to always go to Blackpool detecting. There's a George, who's that one? 1951 sixpence. So going up from I'll tell you what, let's back on into the dross. There's some nice finds in here, really, but they're not in that, or they're not in that, which means I didn't keep them for a good reason. There's still a couple of nice finds. We got nice George V penny. Focus 1912. That's another George V. What have we got here? Focus. That's George VI. V1. Who do I know who's just put a V1 lately? So that's a George VI. And that is 1937. Bit of miscellaneous stuff. I showed you that ring earlier. Nothing fantastic. Rather ornate electric switch. What would that date be? Edwardian? Victorian? Who knows? A on switch. All these. Notts, which short for Nottingham, the Nottingham Miners Tally, and that says on the 880. So I'm going to take it that is also a miners tally. Like I said, mainly dross, but still interesting, still worth keeping. Let's go through the interesting tub. Cleared all that away. Well, my son used to, and he was aged about 9-10-year-old at the time. He used to come out with me detecting, and he used to appropriate most of the nicer finds off me. And then he wanted something to keep them in, so I knocked him up this little wooden, I'm going to call it a little wooden chest. Mahogany, baize lined. What does it say on top here? This is my daughter's, this. Coins and bullets. So come on, let's go through this, shall we? Let's see if I can put you on a tripod. Change of plan. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take every draw out. And then I can rest my hand on that box. And I can press this little bit in the middle, which keeps everything in focus. Well, we'll start off with this. What have we got in here? Little amount light on the matter. Well, this is going to be the. I think it's going to be the bullets and bombs bit. These are going to be. Used to get. Who knows what they are? Little souvenirs, sword thingies. Musket ball. Tiny lead bullet. What would that be? 2-2. Another army button. So what interesting stuff have we got in here? I know what these belong to. These are out of a James. These are out of a James Bond Aston Martin. Don't know why he's got a dice in there. Alright, that's a nice furled lead bullet. A couple of smaller lead bullets. Brass shell, Man United Football Club. Army button. More bullets. The Butlins Beaver Club. What does it say on the back of there? Nothing really. Man United Football Club. Ah, this I do I do recall finding. It's a model scimitar. Unfortunately, I remember digging it out the hole. I found that part first of all. Carried on digging and found that part. I thought I had the whole sword, and it was only when we'd left the site I realised I had a little bit missing, which was a shame really. I could have gone back and dug for that. So that's his bombs and bullets drawer. Get these tip about what we've got. Oh, straight away. Oh, what we got here? Juan Carlos the First. 25 pesetas. So that's an old Spanish coin. Threepenny bit. 100 pesetas. Again, Spanish. 100 lei. Romania. I didn't find, obviously I didn't find all these detecting. I think my son's also kept, added some coins in here. Right, a 1 shilling coin. I knew I'd find one sooner or later, so that goes there. He used to go to Blackpool. Now, Blackpool's a seaside resort, and you used to put a penny in this machine. So you take a penny, put it in this machine, and he used to roll it out flat because pennies was made of copper, so, and it would imprint it with Blackpool Tower. It used to cost you a penny for that. Lizzie. That was 1967. Now, oh, an interesting coin. From the island of Guernsey. I think I don't know where he's found all. Some of these coins I will have found. Some, I think, I don't know, it's picked up along the way. Right, now I do remember these, and I think I'm going to do, just going to go off camera a bit and sort this out. Here we go, I've tidied up a little bit. Let's check this one out, see what we've got in here. Oh yes, a full crown, and that I did find. So what are we up to? Well, we had... Well, I'm going to apologise here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not as easy as what you think to root through something and try to keep it interesting and talk at the same time. So I've had a little spread about, and I think I can do what I was doing earlier, because there we've got a farthing. We'll start off. A farthing. 4 of those made a penny. Therefore, 2 of them made a halfpenny. Then we had a penny, and then we had 2.5 pennies, which was a 6pence, followed by 3 pennies, which was a threepenny bit, followed by 12 pennies, which made a shilling. I said I'd find a shilling eventually. Followed by 2 shillings, which I think 2 shillings, followed by 2.5 shillings, which was a half crown, which was followed by 5 shillings, which is a full crown, so that is 2 half crowns. After the half crown, of course, it was a 10 shilling note, which was 120 pennies, which are these things. 240 pennies made a pound, and we know there was pound notes, you didn't have coins. And then the next coin was a pound and a shilling, and they were made of gold, and they was called a guinea. Well, they used to sell them in guineas, a pound and a shilling. What do we go after that? 10 shillings, and then finally a pound note, which I don't have any of them. Anyway, that's those. So what have we got in here that's interesting? Right, oh, this is what I was going to tell you, wasn't it? A lot of these, I'm going to put it, Elizabeth coins. All these Elizabeth coins. I had a friend who had a scrapyard. One day I went round to the scrapyard and he'd taken in an old settee. And one of the guys was showing me a load of old coins that he'd taken out of this settee. He heard them rattling round. He'd taken all these coins out of it. Quite a few actually. I'm going to say at least 100. 100 pennies he'd taken out of it. I was, you know, obviously I was detecting at the time, I was interested, so I went back and I tipped this old sofa back upside down, and in fact I actually got out myself probably about another 15 to 20 of these Queen Elizabeth coins. Of course, well, as soon as I brought those home, my son appropriated them. So apart from those, everything else I think I found detecting. I used to find threepenny bits for fun, and most of these actually came out of one field, and I don't know why, but they did. What have we got in here? Anything interesting? Oh, there we go. Queen Victoria. How Queen Vic. What's this one? 1896. Well worn. Just imagine how many times that has passed hands. People buying things, kids, adults, grandparents. What's it worth now? Probably next to nothing. 1896. Focus. Not focusing. 1896. I have an idea. I've got an idea. Every Thursday night, UK time, me, 3-4 others get together on Google Hangouts and have a video live chat with our host Robert Nurden. I'll put a link somewhere. Join us on a Thursday night. See me having a chat, the other lads having a chat. There'll be Jason Andrews, Vincent Osopopopic, can't say his name properly, so we call him Baggott Corner, and Guido Waldelt. And well, come along, we actually have a giveaway every Thursday. We've got a box. It's got 15 prizes in it, mostly things that we've made, but something that belongs to one of us. And if you subscribe to all of us, you need to subscribe to all of us. Say you want in, and within that hour, your name will be drawn and a number will be given, and one of these boxes will be opened, and you will win whatever's in that box. How Queen Lizzie here, I'm going to stick in one of them boxes. So if you want to win an 1896 Queen Victoria Old English penny, come along on a Thursday night, you stand a chance. Robert, stick that in my box, will you, pal? Let's get back to this. back in trawling through this lot. Like I say, it's so hard. You know, you remember some that you found, you don't remember others. That coin then, penny, 1919. Edward the Seventh. And he weren't the one that abdicated, otherwise that would be worth a fortune. 1910. Oh, aye, right. Doorstop penny. I only know it's a doorstop penny because of the size of it and the thickness of it. I can't remember the year. It's before Queen Victoria, I know that. I have somewhere a better quality version of that. Obviously, I mean, I used to do good detecting, you know, like, what do we know, 20 years ago? Hang on, my lad's 29 years. 20 years ago, I used to go detecting. You'd pick up a coin, you'd see the shape of the head, and you'd know that that was a George the Fourth or the George the Fifth. You pick something else up, you'd see that head, and you'd say, "Oh, that's George." You could recognise it, you know. As I said, the Queen Victoria the Queen Victoria coin was easily distinguishable. Right, so we've been through most boxes. Skip that to one side. Let's tip this last box up. And a shilling, but not the way we spell shilling. So that is the Republic Osterrich. Not got a clue. Any ideas? More threepenny bits. Another shilling. It is a bit of a worn out 2 shilling. It's been in the ground a good time. An Irish penny. Another one of our good Queen Victoria coins in better condition. 1900. And another one of our Queen Victoria. Another one 1900. And another one of our good Queen Victoria, 1897. How do you make this stuff interesting? That's very difficult. Anyway, so I lied, didn't I? I lied to you. I said I was going to mix the interesting stuff up with the boring stuff, so you'd have to watch it all the way through. I lied. I'm going to open this. Come on, have a look at my treasures. Okay, back to this. This one, it's got all the, I know this has got all the interesting bits in. Let's get that open. Let's see what we've got. All this has definitely been found detecting. Some of it, a little cap gun. Other, a little lead soldier. Focus. Right. Oh, I remember I got this one checked out. A Shropshire Willet 1790 halfpenny token. A little lead cannon. Keep finding lots of these. I've not a clue what they are. Buckle. A silver tie-pin. That tells me there would have been little stones in all that. Probably not worth anything. My God, that's a young Queen Victoria. that is 1861. 1861. That's knocking on a bit, that is. Little bits and pieces. I remember that. You can hardly see anything on it. Well, that's William. Buckles, buckles. What's it say around the edge of that? Not got a clue. Some sort of cat badge. I remember finding that. Now it's interesting when you talk to the farmers, and I remember talking to him and saying, "Look at this! I found that." He said, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "I found that under a hedge, in a particular field." And he said, "Oh, I can't even say it. The munitions field." Now this we're talking, we're well inland, a place called Astley. As far as I've been aware, there's never been any involvement with the military. But going back to the First World War, this field was used to store munitions in transport from Manchester to, I don't know, the docks at Liverpool, I guess. So some soldier was lying down or working, they lost his cat badge in the First World War. Someday I'll have to look up which regiment. What else have I got? Let's have a look here. Look at that. What is it? Not a clue. Well, I know it's a lion's head. Another cat badge. Buckle. Ah, I remember this. I remember this indeed. It's an eclectic mix of strange stuff. Get my glasses off, then I can see. A Canadian Edward the V11. Edward the 7th. A 1 cent Canadian cent, obviously, coin. 1916. The Republic of France. Another young Queen Victoria. Again, 1861 farthing. A 1942 farthing. An 1867 farthing. And what is that? That is also a 1 cent. So what is that? How does that read? Netherlands 1 cent coin. And then a half penny. Old English, not English. Old Irish half penny. As I said, an eclectic mix. We was detecting in a field. Been out all day. Found bits and pieces, whatever. We'd gone back to the lane. I'm going to call it a lane because we just parked on a road. It was in the middle of nowhere. I'm telling you, middle of nowhere. It was at a crossroads. Everyone was packing up, going home. I decided to ground balance my detector just at the side of the road. I don't know why. For some reason I decided to do it. I just happened to be near this crossroads sign. Ground balanced it, started swinging away, and not but about 3 feet away from this crossroads sign, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. I dug down and found this lot in a little pile. And how strange is that? What does this say? This says depot A. Hull, six-a-side football, 1923. I'll only assume that some farmer's child has decided, found some coins out of a while and gone and buried them near this signpost for, I don't know, somebody to find in the future. Well, that somebody was me. But let's carry on. What have we got? Little pulley, little brass pulley. Aha! One of about 3 gold rings that I found in my time. The other 2 I actually sold for scrap, but I've kept this one. I remember vividly finding that one. It came out the ground like that, and I thought I'd found another ring pull. That's interesting. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting. Another fat old coin, 1 shilling, 1927. Buckles, fishing weights. Let's have a look in there. More fishing weights, more buckles. Another little brass button. Oh. 1937 sixpence. Just think that was in circulation before the Second World War. Right, what have we got in here? I kept it wrapped up for a reason. What's in here? Oh, the British Guardsman. Another little lead soldier. Nothing in there. I'll get to that in a second. Fishing weight, fishing weight, fishing weight, fishing weight. Another lion's head. That says the United States of America. What is it? What is it? The United States of America. It's a dime. Isn't it? So a dime. Spur as a dime, mate. I think that, I ain't certain, is the only silver hammered coin I've ever found. And it's so bloody poor condition, you can't tell. Another strange token. The Liverpool something or other. That's an oldish coin. I can see a one. It's either a 91 or it's a 16, and I can't read the rest of it. And on the other side, it's like a halfpenny, but it says Liverpool. So it could have been a trading token. 2 shillings. A silver threepenny bit. I'd forgot about that. So that's a silver threepenny bit. 6pence. More musket shells. 1937 shilling. Hard to tell. Another silver 6pence. No, sorry. It looks like it's Queen Victoria. Not quite certain. But I'd have to get my books out and get my magnifying glass out and find out what it is. And I think finally another ring I found. Maybe warning light has come up on my camera. So it's just about time to show you this. And this is probably the oldest thing I've ever got, and it's a Roman sesterces, and that is Emperor Trajan. That's a bronze sesterces, and I found that in a field in Cheshire near an old Roman road, and I had it. A guy it was suffering from Bronze disease, whatever that is, and I knew a guy in the detectoring club who had the chemicals to neutralise and preserve it. I've got something in here, I don't know what I've got in here. So uncovering this and having a quick glance, I'm going to say that's William. They're getting my books out and looking at the profile because it's not in the best condition. I still think that's William, which puts it in the 1700s, I think. Now guys, well, let's pump back. That's probably about it. I mean, it's not, I'm telling a lie, because I know I've got other things. I know I've got several half crowns which I've found, and I've only found one of them in this lot. Half crowns, okay, half crowns. Okay, I've got a pile of coins here. Never done nothing with them. However, if I pull this out, and I stick that there, and I remind you about Robert Nurden, Almost Live, Thursday, 8 PM UK time on YouTube. That's Robert's the host, and you will see us on Google Hangouts. Now I can switch hands here because Robert made me a ring, and it fits perfectly, by the way, Robert. If I can get this to focus, oops, if I can get this to focus, what does it say? Get the light just right. And that says Elizabeth, which means on the other side it ought to say, well there we are, 1956. So just before that you can just see the words crown, and a bit up there it says half. So that's Queen Elizabeth 1956 half crown that my friend Robert Nurden, throwing back in the face there, my friend Robert Nurden made for me, and that's a lovely fit on my finger. So guys, that's about it really. Gone through this pile of memories, history. Picked up the gun just out of curiosity. I tried to cock it, and it still cocks and fires. Metal detecting, I love it, but times change, rules change. You can't go nowhere these days. You need the permission of this, you need the permission of that, you need a license for this. Anything you find has got to be reported to the government. Yeah, the government, they kill everything, don't they? Okay, I've either enthralled you or I've bored you senseless. If I bored you senseless and you're still here at the end, thank you. Catch you all in the next vid. Bye.